leftovers from the other day. Doesn't that look good? And I meal prepped till tomorrow. Meatless Monday. As you know, sometimes I like to eat 4 small meals in a day. I ate some more plantain chips out of a portion before we was with my mom. I think it was just like less than 50. And oops, that's some chili french fries. I'll show you what I'm having some of food tomorrow before I eat anything else. I find when the mentally ill, I'm not talking about my mom. If anyone's familiar with where I was, Square One Shopping Center, Square One Older Adult Center, the open door. And some accused us of thought, think, did as. Instead, it was other people. Chose to be mentally ill and not medicate and get better, and or get better at all. Obsessed, offender without compulsive, themselves. Persecutory, delusional, all before, all during, all later, all since. Self-delusions of power, grandiose delusional, robotic delusional, have auditory hallucinations, paranoid thoughts and voices in their heads, and blamed myself and one and more. I'm related to my family, Bellis, my parents, and all animals, all botany, all fur babies, all pets, me. Instead of taking responsibility of their own actions. And I'm not talking just about members, I'm talking about overall. Phone calls, mail, websites, social media, virtuals, all those how they were somewhat allowed to and on, in, out, from and by residential. Those Bellises and me a Bellis. All witnessed, including police and paramedics and others. They were not invited in person, as they were not invited to come in person. Especially in this neighborhood. Didn't want to know them. It's not magic, it's not witchcraft, they're just mentally ill. And they tried to make all their uh, prejudges, prejudges and or realities. And they didn't like it when they found out there were security cameras there. The 3 centers and the 2 malls, especially Square One, was our adult center. Because they couldn't media ban and they couldn't censorship. They could not stop privacy and safety, law enforcement, human rights, Employment Standards Act, all that. I don't know if it was because their lease expired and they couldn't afford it, or the open door was there. And I know they were looking for other places. Although I was told they could move in, they can, as long as he didn't bring the open door with him. So much longer it lasts where they're located nowadays. Square One Eldorado Center closed. It has never reopened. It's never relocated, although some of the staff remained the same. Active Adult Center of Mississauga. Before, during, later, since 2017 and 2018. Active Adult Center of Mississauga and Square One Older Adult Center closed. 2 different malls, 2 different places. Anything and everything else is information. And elder abuse. All those other people. Not me, them. Not my mom, them. And I did some Q&A polls because I haven't got enough subscribers yet on my other one, the real Sea Witch Avrobellis at Avrobellis Witch. Yeah. So on here, go vote. I never wanted any of that open door stuff to follow me anywhere. Homelessness, poor, violence, homeless shelters, etc. Should should, can, could, may, must, and need I participate? Attend 2025 Active Adult Center of Mississauga Walkathon. My only complaint about there really, other than what I said, only one bathroom. And then we're supposed to leave the center and use public washrooms, mall, Central Parkway. Mm. And as I said, the open door. You could Google it if you want to. Square One Older Adult Center open door. I'm not lying. Other people did not want it at Central Parkway Mall and the other malls. They wanted it to end, stop Square One Older Adult Center in Mississauga. They wanted it to stop actually at Square One Older Adult Center and not move it anywhere else. Maybe it helped some. It didn't help me. It didn't help my mom. Didn't help my mom. All animals and all pets of fur babies. Most all those other places should, can, could, may, must, need closed. Actually, all that misinformation, prejudices, prejudges, discriminations, racism, bigotry, other people, misinformation. Worse than spam. The meat spam is worse spam. Spam and misinformation. Absolutely ridiculous. Hi, how are you? Hi, how are you? I love that color green. Thank you. Most recent time I was past in the Square One shopping center. I didn't see anything Square One Older Adult Center. I didn't see anything Square One Older Adult Center open door. Had the open door remained closed, I suppose maybe maybe we should return there. Although I doubt we ever will because all the time and money and stuff spent closed Square One Older Adult Center and opened Active Adult Center Mississauga. It's not even called Central Parkway Mall Older Adult Center. Why is that, I wonder? Well, one of the excuses and or reasons is the other staff there had ballots and suggestions and did a count, and that's how they allegedly chose the name. Chicken. Most neighborhoods I was in, some other people misinterpreted and lied. Were open door. And as here we are. Not that everyone are not well, are not mentally well, are not good people. Those shelters, although some of them should not, cannot, could not, may not, must not, and need not be amalgamated into some neighborhoods, residential, etc., because they're not all law abiding, legal, sane, competent, and employable citizens, and they don't know how to interact well with anyone, really. Well, thank you. Should, can, could, may, must, and need. I participate at 10:20, 25 Active Out Center, Mississauga Walkathon. First vote, no. Actually, when I'm finished eating, before I get my next hot beverage, I'll quickly Google and put a link. You can read all about it yourselves. It's just a bee in my bonnet. It's worse than a bee in my bonnet. That's why I mention it. Other people, racist, bigot, discriminatory, discriminations, prejudices, prejudges, myself, my family, and two and more others. All names, all named, all historical, all geographical, all financial, all in any new names, Bellas. Last one. And all those other people I mentioned, they should, can, could, may, must, they should, can, could, may, must, and need, held responsible for all their own actions and thoughts, and tried do, and tried did, all judiciary and all financially, instead of those and myself, all names, all and all named, no historical, no geographical, no financial, all new and any names, Bellis. Honestly, all witnessed, all documented. No should, can, could, may, must, and need, show, and tell. All those and all that and all this. Yeah, so tomorrow, thank you for all your help made me decide. Your votes, my community posts posted some curry plantain chips, including this one serving of radish and 2 peppers. Blah. And then later, I'm going to have some rice, a serving of, and maybe a cup or some pieces of cooked broccoli. I like when I cook the stem, you know, when I cook the stem and put the stem in and boil that first and then add the broccoli florets. And or I'm going to have at least one Brussels sprout. Okay, I'll be right back. Uh, I have the link. Just trying to figure out how to put the link on in my chat. I'll do it during the replay. Allegedly, as I mentioned earlier, the open door and documented that um, Square One Older Adult Center expired, and allegedly the open door was not a part of the Square One Older Adult Center. It was a separate thing, and yeah, you can read all about it later. Actually, let me try something. Maybe I could put it on a community post. Oh, yes, I can. I'll be right back. You can go on my community post page and use that link and read all about it. And if you want to, you can look it up all the more. I'm not lying. Honestly, I tell you, some other people, but anyways, sometimes some places and the staff, I mean, it wasn't always the same staff, Square One Older Adult Center. And it wasn't always the same staff, Mississauga Senior Citizen Center, although, you know, do unto others as I want done by, although I don't. I did not. And all allegations, all accusations, and since security's cameras were installed there, and surveillance and recording and photographing, I'm not guilty, all the more evidence. And all should, can, could, may, must, need, show and tell, and showed and told all those and all that, and all me happened there, public places. And all virtuals, fun phone bingo, active out center of Mississauga. So that's me. I bake that. And on Tuesday, join me as it's another pizza and or pasta and or pizza Tuesday. My father was real and alive, lived, and my father would only want the best and the greatest himself, my mother, and all animals, and all botany, and all pets, all fur babies, and myself. All witnessed and all should, can, could, may, must, and need, show and tell, and showed and told, and my father parents, and those parents' parents, and those parents' parents' parents. all names, all named, all historical, all geographical, all financial, all in any new billis. And use the internet, this live stream, as more evidence. As of, I gotta go. I'll be right back. I'm gonna put the kettle on and ask my mom something. Mom, do you want a tea or coffee? You don't want anything? Want nothing? Huh? Just good night? You gonna get ready for bed? You have your pajamas on. Okay. There's another link on my community post page. You can go check out the website. At least I think it's the link. Let me check. Active Outlet Center Mississauga website. Here's the actual. Here's a Facebook link. Some videos, photos, mentions. They're remaining unless they've edited and taken them off of there, removed them from there. Including the website. There are some photos of me. Oh, itchiness. Oh, photos of me there, recovering, recuperating, rehab, sort of athletic, active. And I don't know, maybe there's some photos of when I worked there. Before I resigned. And before I resigned as one of the former Square One Older Adult Center, since Active Adult Center Mississauga, Mall Walkers. Let's have the first sip together. Beauty sip. Hey, hello. Well, I'm going to end the poll now. I'll take all your votes into consideration. I don't know that I'm doing the walkathon this year there, although I see the majority of votes are yes. Thank you for voting. Thank you, voted. He burped. And since I last ate some foods, my two small dinners, I suppose, dinner and late night snack. And earlier, I ate some plantain chips, and then before that, I ate 2 pancakes and syrup. Syrup. And I had a nice walk outside. And I did some steps inside. I most likely did. I did about more than 800 steps at home already. And more steps. I've walked more than 2,000, I'm sure. And I've stopped eating. I'm making my tea. Actually, when I had syrup all over my pancakes, I thought, oh, it's too much. No, not too much syrup at all. Hello. Hello. Anything you want to talk about, use the chat area and let me know. Questions and answers. I can try and answer. I have a little private ceremony. Finally, farewell to African Violet. I think it's gonna be tomorrow or Tuesday or Wednesday. I'm gonna finally say goodbye to that because it's nothing there now. Whatever was growing wilted all away. I just feel like saying goodbye more than I already have. My mom witnessed too. She touched it since, and it's, you know, I don't have to water the garden first thing tomorrow. I don't have to water my garden, my and pets' fur babies. Ellis Perry's garden outside because it rained. Nature took care of that. The weather outside. Lovely. I'll have some more beautiful growing plants out there. As I said to my mom earlier, looking outside my window, I could see big dark clouds. Whole stream of them. I'm like, oh. And my mom was like, it's raining outside. I'm like, oh, is it? Oh, yeah, so it is. And I was like, it looked like it was going to rain. Cloud. Big stream of clouds. I often showed and told on the internet I was going to do this, you know, more than I did before. I procrastinate and I do it late. Foodie beauty. There he is, and alive, eating food and held food. Foodie beauty. I miss that cat. I really truly do. I miss that cat. Alive. Hopefully by the end of summer my hairs are grown about at least that much. Since now I don't foresee having another trim this year. Not very. Unless it's my bangs. Only my bangs, my fringe. Nothing else. Sundays I wear red and or orange. And don't hold your breath because you probably die before I wear anything orange on upcoming Sunday. And tonight, scrunchy, etc. Yeah, I think my roots. I need to give them a bit of color before the end of summer. Yeah. Haven't decided which color to do. Blonde and or highlights. Blonde and or highlights. My cat knew me often as a blonde, and some highlights black and pink. Oh, I'm just trying to figure it all out in some other colors, but you can see it there. I mean, I like the natural color and all, but I just, you know, I'm one of those, you know, adults. Hair's aged, and I still look younger than my hairs. Silvers. My hairs are silvers. You know what? Other people obsess over me. It's disgusting. I mean, it's one thing to have fans, audiences, viewers, but obsessed. Uh, hello, hello, hello. Hello, he. Hello, hello, hello. I love you. Yeah, my nails are doing good. It's all my own nails. Not any tips, nothing false. Wore some lipstick today. When I finish doing this and drinking my tea, I'm gonna go wash my face and moisturize and go rest with my cactus, Charles. Oh, Chucky. There, I got one of the links up on as a poll. Oh, well, that was a quick yes. That sounds wonderful. It's called green tea. Yeah, to me, it doesn't look anything green. Should it look green? Let's do some Zen. You know, I used to refer to myself often as the food junkie. I haven't done that in a while, considering all that happened, all before, all during, all later, and all since November 12th, 2024. The word junkie. Some other people stupid misinterpreted that, misused it. Food junkie. Foods. Potato chips, popcorn, cheese puffs, tortilla chips, nachos and cheese, uh, nachos, uh, pretzels, etc. Foods. And there was more than 6 of us at those centers. I'm not going to name names. I'm not going to snitch. Not now. I've been bribed not to say. Do you remember the store Zara? In one of the locations in Mississauga, has revamped itself and is no longer just one level, it is two levels. Yet it's not as busy as it used to be. One level. Walked by there and there was nobody in one area. It was empty. I mean, there was stock and staff. Not any customers, not even a security guard, which is hilarious because there usually is. Well, that's why nobody showed up. The alleged COVID-19 SARS. The security guards in their vests. Dirty. Wasn't me. I'm not guilty. You're surely not guilty. Avrabilis. All earlier allegations and accusations, all other people. The last time I was at the Active Out Center, Mississauga Bingo, it was hilarious. A job I used to do. And I'm instead helping my mom. The circler, yeah, she kept making mistakes. I was like, so was everybody else. And I was like, it's too funny. I didn't do that. And I filled out the 2025 Active Adult Center Mississauga survey questionnaire. I offered my services there. Not that they'll ask me, I'm sure. At least I offered. And when I'm in person and or not, I suppose, are they for selling as part of the pledging, promising everybody that pledges a certain amount of t-shirt free? Okay. At least I'll do that. And as usual, the pledge forms will be messy. I'm not a very caring person about the pledge forms. I'm like, here's the money. Here's the pledge forms. If you can figure it out, I probably won't get a receipt from you because you did not like sending me mail. Postage is paid. Anyways, here's your stuff. Feed me my egg and cheese McMuffin. What? Why is there ham on it? And you can actually watch that happen during. They've live streamed and or vlogged it. And or blogged it on social media. I have been eating chicken, obviously, and steak, and bacon, with and or without sausages. Although I did not eat ate ham. Sandwiches are advertised egg and cheese McMuffin. It shouldn't be in the register as anything else other than egg and cheese McMuffin. And all staff and employees and their employers, I don't care, well, I do care, I'm offending, but although it's not what it is, nobody should have to pay the same as an egg McMuffin with meat, although without the meat, and it shouldn't go in the register as anything else, the cashier register thing, the order as anything else other than egg and cheese McMuffin. Yet it did. And some of the staff argued with me and lied that I am wrong in themselves. Oh, so correct. Yet not. I was right. I was correct instead. I mean, you'd think they'd give a fucking care about the mall and the active out center Mississauga Wonka funds and naturally give there and in the actual restaurant. And it's not the one location. It's happened in more than one location. I'm like, what is their sick fixation with egg and cheese McMuffins? Not in the cash register, right? Correctly, egg McMuffin and egg and cheese McMuffin. I mean, it's an egg and cheese McMuffin. It's not egg, cheese, and ham. It's not egg, cheese, and bacon. It's not egg, cheese, and sausage. And it's not egg and cheese and chicken. It's egg and cheese. The remainder this month, I am protesting at all McDonald's locations and drive-thrus and takeouts and deliveries. I am not ordering an egg and cheese McMuffin with and or without ordering a hash brown and or small french fries. Do any of you agree with me? Do the same. Today's August 24. It's only 6 or 7 more days this month. Maybe then they'll get the message. The understanding. Egg and cheese McMuffin without meat is the cheese McMuffin, not the cheese McMuffin, not the cheese egg McMuffin. We say that. Not the cheese and egg McMuffin. Do you want bacon? No. You don't bring it in as egg and cheese and bacon. You bring it in as egg and cheese. You want egg and cheese and sausage? No, I don't want the sausage. I want the egg and cheese. Egg and cheese and ham? Obviously not. I don't want anything with my egg and cheese. I just want egg and cheese. At the remainder of this month, I protest. And anyone sees and hears this, all names, all who, what, where, why, and how. Paranoid, aggressive, agitated, afraid of me, persecutory, delusional, because I'm not going to do anything. I'm just not going to order. I won't even eat a free one. Any and all days remaining, August 2025. And oh my God, it's the last Friday we're pink. Upcoming. Oh, I wonder what I'm doing this week. Thursday, I'm wearing yellow. I'm going to look like golf, only very brightly colored yellow. I don't play golf. I just like to wear some of the fashions, golf hat, everything. Tomorrow I should wear white. I don't know what I'm wearing on Wednesday. Might be green and yellow. and some pink highlights. Man, I don't know what colors to do my hair this Halloween. I don't feel very in the mood of Halloween since my cat is dead. I just know I'm going to do it because his um, enchantments have been, and they'll stay with me forever and ever, I'm sure. He loved me lots. He wanted me with him 24/7. More than usual. I thought it was just anxiety issues, but there was stress. I'm surprised I haven't lost more weight since I figured it all out. All before, all during, all later, and all since July 2, 2025. And I've watched some cat videos, some compilations, and I look and I'm like, oh, that one looks like my cat. On a video I made, created, and put out there, published. Huh. Some people think it's abnormal that I live off the internet, especially community posts and polls, votes. I don't think it's abnormal. I think it's quite normal. I have ideas of my own. I just want to make my audience, fans, and viewers and subscribers happier, amused, at least. I don't necessarily believe I'm an influencer. I'm a creator, sort of, although I'm not necessarily an influencer. Although I tried, even as come out as myself, the real sea witch. Athletics, well-being, and fitness. I'm not the best. I'm not the worst. Worst. I'm not the best. I'm not the worst. Worst. I know there's greater and better than I did out there. Although, there's always room for error. Rooms for error. Like today earlier, went out for a walk. Went out walking. Outside walk fit. I didn't show lots of it. I just didn't feel like it. And there was a lot of others around. Privacy and safety, they don't have to worry about me giving and gave them privacy and safety. It's the other way around. Not themselves necessarily, although other people. Somebody recently invited me out, and they're like, "Do you want the vegetarian, and or do you want the crabs?" you want a crab and or a vegetarian? Vegetarian or crab? I'm like, crab. But no vegetarian. I don't eat croissants very often. I don't know that I'll eat the croissant. I might pass it over to somebody else and just sit there and have my coffee. Maybe I'll have a sandwich, egg, or ham and no, not ham, cheese. Maybe just a cheese or an egg salad. Maybe I'll have a soup, mushroom, and lots of crackers. Cracker, totally cracker. And or I'll bring my own. Coffee was good there many times. Not any complaints vary about the kitchen. Coffees, beverages. Although the water I find bottled too cold. But then I don't drink cold water very often. Possibly contributes to my youthful appearance. This is me. I look like when I look in the mirror and I see my face, I believe I'm 56 years old now, right? Obviously, because I tell you I am. 56 years old. Yet when I look in the mirror, especially with some weight loss, etc., I'm like, no, I don't look 56. I barely even look 46 years old. That's damn good. Semi-retired. Yeah. And doing walk fit. And I don't drink lots of water. I think that has a lot to do with it too. I'm gonna have to have some water tonight. I'll put some by my bed just in case. And do I return to doing anything like urban pole walking, which I doubt will ever happen again? Got some little bottles, like 330 milliliter bottles of water that I like to carry on my back in my knapsack, and a little snack. You know, one of those protein bars, birthday cake, I like them. Sprinkles. Although I like these peppers, and I'm just trying to figure out, you know, one of these and a small bottle of water, as I mentioned. That's good. Physical fitness, oh yeah. Work it. It's like skiing, only not on snow and not wearing skis. Just whizzing along there. We're just whizzing along, walking along, walking along. I find within 30 minutes when I walked urban pole walking before, did a lot of steps during 30 minutes. Well more than 2,000 steps in less than 30 minutes. Oh, I was watching the other day a video, somebody walking 10,000 steps a day is not necessary to be healthy and have weightless. I'm like, oh, it sounds like deja vu. It's like something I would come up with. And I watched it, and it was like you do it intermittent. You do slow, and then you speed up, and you slow down, and then you do. But first you do some stretches, then you do some walking, and then you slow down, and then you do some. I'm like, I do some of that. That's interesting. I'm not going to try it unless it's on a treadmill, and even then I'm not going to try it. I like walking. I like to keep because my injuries at stay pace, but doesn't that seem like fun? My knees are still can remain healing. I mean, it's acute, not chronic. Sometimes I find my knees, especially since June 5 this year, my left knee especially, they stiffen up until I start getting going. But then they told me I had some soft tissue injuries, I had sprains, and a ligament damage. I'm like, I even find when I roll, it takes a little while to straighten my leg and bend. The staff didn't care. The hospital staff. And with this too, I find this hand is okay. I mean, but this one, even before I put my splint on for the, later, I find sometimes I can't even make a fist. It is so buggered up. It's not so buggered up, it's very buggered up. But then I'm thankful I have my hand to the kind. And there was a man there, internet, literally phone called 911, got me the paramedic. And then I saw him holding up one or two cell phones, and he looked like he was photographing and or video filming me. I was like, huh? So I got my cell phone out. I began doing video making. I tried photographing, but I didn't feel well. And I was like, oh, just wanted to get an ankle shot of the parent to get me. And in the hospital, I video taped, filmed the awful staff. Got me all ready for an IV and refused to give me an IV. I didn't get an IV. I had to eat my dinner. And then I continued not got an IV that I know of, and I had to get breakfast. I had to limp my way with and without a walker to Tim Hortons and get myself a hot beverage and some food. And it was like those two egg bite things. That's what I had. And I'm like, how many times does this have to keep happening before the staff rectify? And were the staff talking to anybody on any phone and technology about me to a third person? They should have gotten fired. My mother was there, and I was there, and I was conscious. I could make my own decisions. And I did. I wanted to go home and get a physiotherapist and move my legs so I could walk out of there. I hope the ugly uh, human monsters, men D. Gupta and K. Gupta, that other person, Gupta, 1909, never returns. I hope they never return. All chew at, on, and out from 1909. Those other people, Gupta. I never wanted to know them. I never have. They've been stalking and internet trolling and stalking us for a long time. And they should, can, could, may, must, and need returned all to us. All historical, all geographical, and all financial. All of it. All. Didn't want to know them. And then there was other people that were loud and noisy, allegedly in there. Oh, I've been quiet ever since quieter, I suppose. It's just, uh, they didn't want to give us any privacy and safety. Not anybody really. There was loud as anything. Louder than us. Louder than us. Yeah. I still hold on to my scrunchies. I go to bed now, wherever, whenever, with one end more scrunchy on my bed, and or one end wherever, whenever, wherever. And I have one of my cat collars, the ladder and life one. And I close my eyes. And now I cry myself to sleep. I miss my cat alive. I know my cat is dead. My mom and I, my mother and I, that is, paid the staff to euthanize my cat. We told and showed my cat was going to sleep. We told my cat we'd see him later doing the same. I had the face of an angel. Not even a look of mischief that night. Not even a look of mischief. It's just beautiful. It's such a beautiful cat. And I was like, you haters, you stalkers, you have nothing more to do. Here's what you've done, and I'm ending it. Goodbye, good riddance. Stalkers, all you other people. And yet they still kept coming, many of them. They wouldn't leave us alone. Even since my cat died. All witnessed, including all security's cameras on. I have photos of my cat in every room. I kept one for a little while from near here in my bedroom. This is such a cute family photo of my cat and I. Rudy, aka also known as Rudy Noel, also knew as Rudy Noel. And and also known as Noel. And I have another photo I keep near her. It's just such a beautiful fur baby. And as I wear colors yellows very often. And in addition to yellows, I eat yellows. Although I'm wearing less yellows as time goes on, yellows, colors yellow. Even yeah, tea bag strings, tea bag ties have some yellow. Yellow. Keeping this yellow cushion. Yellow clock. Yellow price tag. Colors yellow. Maybe that's why I'm going to color my hair this year yellow. And there's some pink. Fridays were pink. Or, but not permanent. Might just be, you know, not permanent hair color, hair dye. Just something that washes out really quick. Maybe last only that one day. My will kit, I wouldn't be surprised if that has yellow. My mom was like, "Do you want a banana?" I'm like, "Probably not." And I did not. And I said, "No, thank you." I was like, I would rather eat a banana instead of an avocado. I've had two avocados. The first one, rotten to the core. The second one, not any better. Both were rotten. And just, I was like, gross. And then we were in a store recently, too, and I didn't see very many avocados. I was like, oh, I tell you, if I ever do get another fur baby, I would name the animal maybe avocado or apple or caddo or something. Addo. Whether or not I keep the first name and or make the word avocado the first and or middle name somewhere. I like the word avo or appa. Avocado. Apple. Huh. Not that I'm going to have any more because of all that happened here and elsewhere in this neighborhood. Well, maybe foster parent digitally or something. Although I'm not going to, you know, I'm going to budget so that I can do it more than 10 years. And hopefully be considered for baby aunt, auntie, and her foster parent. I can't bring any. And I won't be able to have any of the addresses around, not even a photo because of privacy and safety. Just like having honeybees. I don't show and tell anymore. Do I adopt more? Do we adopt more honeybees? I am not ever showing and telling my honeybees. Actually, I've kept them more private than I thought I would originally. They're up there. Honeybees. I don't want to say where and when and names. I don't want to show their pretty nests and stuff that I'm sent information. I was sent information about. I know, even though I'm no, I was looking at them, photos and stuff. I know they're out there. I know they're out there. It makes me, you know, it's just that cat of mine got to my heart so, not so, that cat of mine got to me, got to my heart very, more than anyone else, really. My cat dead, same as and more dramatic as when my dad died, my father dead. Always somebody else. Always somebody else. I'm gonna go now. I suppose I'll see you tomorrow and or later during the week. We'll have coffee together and or French vanilla coffee together.